so wonderful to see this show of support here today for the tremendous contributions nationally of our immigrant community, both documented and undocumented, that I've seen in Colorado, that others from across the country have seen in their communities. Immigrants, both documented and undocumented, are part of the backbone of what makes America great. Work and jobs, raising families, kids in schools, provide so many important roles in our communities. And there should be no misconceptions when people like the people who are lobbying today, FAIR, are coming and targeting immigrants. They make no distinction between documented and undocumented. One of the recent developments in the health care bill, they're making it harder for documented legal immigrants to get health care in one of the recent proposals in the Senate that we hope to fight against. This is about bigotry on one side and humanity on the other. Everything else is simply a pretension. We need in this country comprehensive immigration reform. Anybody that looks at and talks to and gets to know immigrants, both with papers and without papers, know that this is not a failing of the immigrant. It's not a failure of the immigrant to follow the law. It's a failure of the law to follow reality. And it takes United States Congress to change those laws, and it takes the strong support of the faith-based community to make sure that members of Congress across the ideological divide, conservative to liberal, many members of Congress are peoples of faith. It takes the leaders of the faith-based community to show us the right way forward, to show us the humane way forward, to show us the patriotic way forward, to make our country stronger, improve our border security, and make sure that we know who is in this country and that people have the opportunity to work hard to support their families and not live in constant fear of being deported or detained like so many very good residents of our country do today. I first became aware of this FAIR group through these rather bizarre faxes they sent to my office and presumably other members of Congress with espousing extremely radical anti-immigrant positions like ending birthright citizenship, which has long been a building block of our country. Our nation was built by immigrants. My great-grandparents were immigrants at the turn of last century. Now their great-grandson sits in Congress. Nearly every member of Congress has a story about sometimes themselves. We have first-generation members of Congress, second-generation, third-generation, and of course those who trace their roots back all the way to the Revolution. But all of us have that heritage in common, along with our Native American brothers and sisters, of at some point arriving in this land. And that's something that we need to pass the torch forward to ensure basic respect for humanity in all laws. As we're debating health care, let us consider the humanity. As we are debating reforming our detention system that now effectively incarcerates people who have committed no crime other than having a law that is out of touch with their reality and subjects them to brutal conditions and frequently denies them the medical they need. There have been people that have died in detention. And as we move towards tackling the very important issue of comprehensive immigration reform to bring the laws of this great nation in line with the reputation and the values of this great nation. And that's the opportunity we will have next year, and why it's critical to make sure that extreme and radical and bizarre voices like FAIR are sidelined and relegated to where they should be, only speaking to their circles of those who believe in the same delusions that they do. And the broad center of America that represents our broad American values can move proudly forward in the tradition of America and reform our broken immigration system. Thank you.